Hello students, welcome to Dorong College e-learning platform. Myself Miss Parishmita Devi, Assistant Professor from the Department of Zoology, Dorong College Tezpur. In this video tutorial class, I am going to discuss about the structure of human heart and the conduction of cardiac impulse. This video lecture is particularly meant for the 4th semester honors students and the paper code is JUAC 4026. Let's start with the introduction. As we all know that the heart is one of the most important organ of the body. If we talk about the size of the heart, it is just about the size of a human face. Basically, the heart is a muscular organ which pumps the blood to different parts of the body via various blood vessels. Now, if we see the location of the heart, as we can see in this diagram, the heart is located in the thoracic cavity, that is the middle of the chest between the lung, and it is slightly present towards the left side of the sternum. Now we will discuss about the structure of the heart. The heart wall is made up of 3 layers, namely the epicardium, which is the outermost layer of the heart, and is composed of a thin layered membrane that serves to lubricate and protects the outer section of the heart. And the middle layer is known as myocardium, which is made up of thick muscular tissue, and it is mainly responsible for the pumping action of the heart. And the innermost layer is known as endocardium. It is mainly lines the inner heart chamber and covers the heart valves. Furthermore, it prevents the blood from sticking to the inner valves and thereby preventing potentially fatal blood clots. Internally, the heart is divided into 4 chambers. The upper 2 chambers are known as atria or auricle and the lower 2 chambers are known as ventricles. The 2 atria are separated from each other by a muscular wall known as interarterial septum. Similarly, the 2 ventricles are also separated from each other by interventricular septum. As we can see in this diagram, the ventricles have more thick muscular wall, that is the myocardial wall, around it than the atria. And this is because the thick muscular wall around the ventricle is responsible for the pumping of the blood to distant parts of the body. Now we will going to understand about the flow of the blood through various chambers of the heart. Here we can see in the diagram it is divided into 2 colors. The left side of the heart is shown in blue color. Here the blue color denotes the deoxygenated blood coming from different parts of the body to the heart. Here in the diagram we can see the direction of the blood flow from one chamber of the heart to another. And now first try to see the right atrium of the heart. This right atrium receives deoxygenated blood from different parts of the body via various veins, namely the superior vena cava that receives the deoxygenated blood coming from upper body, and the inferior vena cava that receives the deoxygenated blood from lower parts of the body, and the coronary synod that receives the deoxygenated blood coming from the heart muscle itself. Then the right ventricle. The right ventricle, it receives deoxygenated blood coming from the right atrium via atrioventricular valve. I will discuss about the valves in the next slide in more details. From the right ventricle, blood flows to the lung via pulmonary artery to a valve called as pulmonary valve. Now focus on the right side of the diagram, that is in red color. The left atria receive deoxygenated blood returning from the lung via pulmonary vein and then it forces it into the left ventricle. The left ventricle will receive oxygenated blood from the left atria via left atrioventricular valve. From the left ventricle, the blood flows to different parts of the body via an artery known as aorta. Here, one important point should be noted is that the aorta is the largest artery in the body. Let's talk about the valves of the heart. Valves are the flaps of fibrous tissue located in the cardiac chambers between the various blood vessels. The main function of the valves is to ensure that the blood flows in a single direction. These are the flaps that also prevent the blood from flowing backwards. Based on their function, the valves are divided into two types. The first is the atrioventricular valves and the semilunar valves. As the name suggests, atrioventricular valves are present between the ventricles and the atria. The valve that present between the right ventricle and the right atria is the tricuspid valve, and the another one which is found between the left ventricle and the left atrium is known as mitral valve. Then the semilunar valves. There are also two types. The valve that present at the aorta is known as aortic valve, and the valve which is present in the pulmonary artery is known as pulmonary valve. Now we were going to understand about the last topic of this lecture, that is origin and conduction of cardiac impulse. The rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the heart muscles is known as heartbeat. The conducting system of the heart consists of four structures, namely sinoatrial node, which is also known as SA node, the atrioventricular node or the AV node, the bundle of His or the AV bundle, and Purkinje's fiber. SA node is located in the upper wall of the right atrium near the superior vena cava. It is also known as natural pacemaker of the heart as it is self-excitable. SA node initiates the heartbeat and it sends the cardiac action potential that causes the contraction of the atria. Then from the SA node, the impulse is transmitted to the AV node, that is the atrioventricular node, which is located within the atrioventricular septum. This AV node delays the impulse for some seconds that allows the atria to finish their contraction before the ventricles to begin their contraction. Then from the AV node, the signal is travels to the bundle of His. The bundle of His is also known as atrioventricular bundle. It is a branch of fibers that extends from the AV node. This bundle of His receives electrical signal from AV node and carries it to the Purkinje's fiber. The bundle of His has two branches. Left bundle of His that sends the signal to the left ventricle via Purkinje's fiber, and the right bundle of His that sends the signal through the Purkinje's fiber to the right ventricle. Then the Purkinje's fiber that is located in the inner ventricular walls of the heart, it carries the electrical impulse from the bundle of His to the ventricle, leading to the contraction of the ventricles. Here in this animation you can see how the cardiac impulse is conducted. So with this I would like to conclude my lecture on structure of human heart and conduction of cardiac impulse. Thank you so much.